We want to turn our attention to the weather here at home. Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy watching the skies for us tonight. Alana.
Yeah, we've got several alerts in effect in southern Utah, Brian, and that's going to possibly be the case as we get into the evening hours in northern Utah. Live view from Cedar City, 82 degrees where temperatures dropped as heavy rain came down. Those storms tracking east, but they prompted a flash flood warning in Canaryville until 7:45. As we look at the forewarned radar here, you can see the southern half of the state is pretty active. We get closer in this nasty little cell, moving through with lots of lightning, gusty winds. Our very own Cannon Seacrest was driving in it. He said it's coming down like crazy, pea-sized hail. Grand Staircase area with some strong storms, Loa, Antimony, Bryce Canyon country. Kane County has seen its fair share this afternoon, and now it's the eastern side of the state, Moab, all the way down to Bluff, where we have several flood alerts in effect. What we're watching, cluster of storms headed our way. These storms today are tracking from west to east, meaning they're going to move towards the Wasatch Front. While we've had a quiet afternoon, that changes into tonight. Let's look at current warnings in effect in those areas I just mentioned. As you look towards Canaryville, that's until 7:45, and we are going to see that flash flood risk. It does not need to be raining for a flash flood to occur. What you're seeing here, Kane County, this is for Willis Creek, Bull Valley Gorge, the Pariah River, will see an influx as that water has come down and it continues downstream. Cluster of flood advisories in central San Juan County. This is towards Cottonwood Creek. Normally dry washes in this area will see water. So heads up there, 6:15, 7 p.m. for expiration. As we look at the Ensign Peak camera, you actually can see the Salt Lake Valley today. So we've had some progress ahead of this cold front coming our way with mixing, meaning our air quality has improved. Moderate air out there. It was ozone in Salt Lake, creating those unhealthy conditions, but little bit of headway there. As we look at tomorrow, we still see unhealthy air for sensitive groups from Weber County to Utah County, but moderate air in other portions of northern and northeastern Utah. That's progress. We'll take it. We can see a little clearly today, but we know those storms are going to pack a punch. As we take a view of those temperatures, we're sitting at 94 in Salt Lake, average is 96, 106 in St. George. We're seeing those 80s. That's where we have storms overhead. That includes Blanding and Grand Staircase. Wasatch Front brings in the storm potential for tonight, 90s, turning to 80s with scattered thunderstorms expected and the possibility of scattered severe storms. It's been 33 days at Salt Lake International that we have not seen rain, and that could change tonight as this line of storms takes aim. That slight risk, it's a big deal, and it's a large portion of the West Desert. This does not happen often. 2013 was the last time we saw this threat in July for the West Desert, meaning we typically see this risk during the shoulder seasons, not on a day like today. Futurecast shows those storms in the south. They will lose steam with daytime heating, but here's this line. So this is what we're watching, 8 p.m. Watch the clock in the corner of your screen. As we get closer to ABC4 News at 10, we can see the northern Wasatch Front and Cache Valley getting hit hard. We could see some storms rolling through the Salt Lake Valley, central Utah, Castle Country as we get later into tonight. And then we watch as those storms head towards the basin with nocturnal potential for the overnight. Friday keeps that lingering moisture. Isolated storms into the afternoon. Salt Lake and Provo on the map there with the bullseye, looking like we could see isolated storms, which is why we have a marginal risk going into the close of this work week. Saturday, slight chance hangs on, but you can see weaker high pressure as that area of high pressure moves away from us, and our storm track will allow for those storms. The Wasatch Front and the West Desert in that marginal risk, meaning isolated severe storms possible for Friday. It's a different story, a weather shift here. That high is sliding to the southeast. It's opening the door for these systems, these upper level systems, to pass through north of the Beehive State, but that means cooler conditions, bringing in wet weather Thursday and Friday, drier air by the weekend, and we'll see those temperatures climbing back. Here's a look at those numbers for tomorrow. 90s, close to average with isolated storms in the north, and we have the potential of seeing some storms down south. 106 in St. George, where the daily thunderstorms, they're going to take a breather here. Slight chance only for your Friday as temperatures get closer to seasonal norms. 102 is the typical average. We see that on Monday. Okay, we'll take a day with average and quiet conditions for the south. As we look at the Wasatch Front, you're going to notice those numbers close to where we should be. Isolated storms Friday and Saturday, drier by Sunday. We will see the heat return, but it's nice to have a little breather. But when we talk about tonight, we have a lot of outdoor activities. People want to be out and about. But you have to know the chance of severe storms is there for northern Utah and the Wasatch Front.